Good morning. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. No, not that kind of yoga. This is morning energy yoga, which is a flow designed to let's talk about an energy rather than the flow, because I don't always design the flows. Secret. A lot of this is just, improv. I have my coffee, and we're gonna work at an energy level designed to get us up and moving and going. If you're joining me live in the moment that I am sitting here on the mat, it is mid-September, Monday morning, about 8 o'clock ish. And we're getting to I don't know. It's all good. I'm a little crazy. I'm just not quite awake yet. Are you awake? It's all good. We're good. All right. So I apologize. We have bells on all the dogs so that they don't harass the cats or each other without us knowing. It's saved a couple of lives in the last couple of weeks. Anyway, we are going to get started. Yeah, because I don't have a lot to say about the rest of it. So, comfortable seated position. It gets better, I promise. Comfortable seated position is whatever it looks like for you. Comfortable on the mat, and as always, comfortable is a relative term in yoga. You can take knees out, tuck a blanket or a bolster under the knees. You can bring a leg in. You can kick a leg out. You can sit cross-legged with me in pleasant seated pose, but it is actually not cross-legged because you're not going to stack, your ankles, because that reinforces imbalance between the sides of the body. So let's widen up those knees if you're going to join me in pleasant seated pose. Ankles, right? Stacking ankles parallel next to each other on the mat. Taking a little rock side to side. I am sitting on a blanket. It kind of helps release some of the tension of my hips. It keeps my pelvic cradle up a little higher, and then I can get a little extra stretch. Don't worry if you don't have one. I'll cue without. I won't cue without the blanket because I won't do anything without the blanket. But wow, that took a dark turn, didn't it? Okay, more coffee. Let's get a moment taking a seat on the mat. Pulling our attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body. We're checking in. State and quality of the physical form. We're just noticing what has playing out on our body. Maybe we did a bunch of stuff over the weekend, like painting and weeding and moving in boxes. Maybe you actually spent some time doing something fun over the weekend. It's a little smoky again today in our space kind of time continuum. We've had 2 very clear, lovely days after that snow, and now it's a little smoky, but it's all good. So, what are you listening to? What are you feeling? How are you existing in your body at this current moment? We're going to move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in. Let's notice what is going on in our brain pan. What are we thinking about? Maybe you're not awake and maybe things are quiet, but maybe your to-do list is already starting to hum. Let's move all of those things off to the side so that we can hold some silence during the practice so that we can spend our time only here on the mat. And now let's move that silence into our attention of the breath. And traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out, out of the nose, excuse me. If you are struggling with that, obviously I'm struggling a little bit today, but I'm recovering from the COVID. Just breathe comfortably. Doesn't matter if it's into and out of the nose. And now we're going to increase the length of breath to match the length of inhale to the length of exhale. And let's create, it doesn't have to be your longest breath. Let's just create a balanced rhythm to try to maintain through our flow today. Wherever we are in the length and balance of that breath, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. We're going to reach down toward the mat. I am going to blink my eyes open, and with our next inhale, let's take a stretch of the arms toward the ceiling. We're just going to reach on up and release down. We're going to move with our inhale and exhale. We just want to start getting things moving. We're going to come on up through our stretch and take a lateral extension. So I'm dropping my fingers to the right, keeping the body open away from the where you're looking. Ooh, take that stretch up, keeping the space between the ear and the shoulder wide and open. Oh gosh. Okay, let me close the window. I'm sorry. I forgot they are tearing our street apart. Nice big inhale. Keep moving. If you live in Windsor, wow, that's going to be a big edit. Because, people aren't doing stuff in their houses. Like sleeping. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's take one. I hope you were continuing to move. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it, kind of fits the brand. Let's take one more lateral extension, just because that was very shocking. Yeah, tearing up the street. Good thing there is one more exit to get out of our neighborhood. Let's take our forward fold. We're going to trace the fingers down, tucking the chin, rolling through the shoulders. I'm going to grab the block. We're resting our body weight on our elbows. You can rest them on the knees, the calves, the block, or the floor. I'm just going to come to the block, wiggle the toes, relax the feet, tuck the chin to the chest at the bottom of that fold. With our next inhale, let's lengthen arms and walk our hands back. Reaching on up through the ceiling, toward the ceiling, and take those arms out. Shrug the shoulders, soften the elbows. Let's reach back behind the body, bow the chin forward. And we are going to release down. I am going to change the cross of my legs. So if you happen to be sitting with a leg in or a leg out, or joining me in cross-legged, pleasant seated pose, let's switch the direction of switch the placement of our legs. Nice big reach up. We're going to take elbows back for a little cactus squeeze. We're going to come on up, and now we're going to turn. So let's turn to the left, and I'm going to take my hands out to either side of my knee, and I'm taking a little bow. I'm going to inhale up, sweep. Stretch the ceiling. Let's take those cactus arms back. And the same thing, we're going to just turn to the right. I guess it's not the same thing, and release for your little bow. Coming on up. Now we're going to take our cactus squeeze and we're going to come a little bit to the inside. So I'm going to take my left hand to the inside of my left knee to make my block. I'm going to just take my right hand and place it, and I'm going to come into a shallower angle and bow. Coming on up, cactus and arm it. And let's do that on the right. So I'm taking the right hand to the inside of the knee. Left hand follows. I'm going to just take a little bow. Come on up. Let's take our cactus arms. And now let's take our forward fold. So we're going to trace fingers through, tucking chin, coming on down to support our weight on the elbows, knees, calves, block or floor. Tuck the chin, wiggle the toes, unclench the teeth. Let's take a few breaths here. And let's lengthen arms, walk hands back. Come on up through that stretch and release those fingers open. Little shrug of the shoulders, soften the elbows, reach back behind the body. And release those fingertips down. All right, we are going to remain seated, but we're going to take our left leg out. And I'm going to just relax my right knee at a comfortable angle. Sorry, I got paint on my yoga mat. Hey, this is a high-class production. Grab some more coffee. So my left leg is going to be extended. My right leg is at a comfortable angle in front of my body. Let's come on up through our stretch. We're going to take a lateral extension. So I want you to turn toward the knee, the bent knee, reach out to the left, and just reach to the ceiling. So I'm lengthening through the right side of the body, up and away from the floor. And I'm leaning out over that leg to get a gentle stretch through the hamstring. We're going to come on up and we're going to take a fold. Trace the fingers down. Place the hands released for the bow. Let's unwind and inhale. We're going to turn toward that bent knee. Just reach gently out over that leg and reach up toward the ceiling. Coming on in, let's take our forward fold. Tracing fingers down, tucking chin, and releasing. Slowly coming on up and reach it open. And come on through and take our last forward fold. And unwind. All right, we're going to switch. So I'm going to take my right leg out, tuck my left leg in. I'm embarrassed. I was out walking around this morning in the soot from the fires. Look at my feet are black. I have got nothing for you. Nice big inhale. I didn't realize that had happened. Note to self, put on shoes or power wash the sidewalks. Turn to the bent knee, reach on out, reach up and away. Come on up, and let's take our forward fold. Trace it down. I am so tight on this side. Did you see how shallow that bow was? That is just an example that some days are better than others. Coming on up. We go through life creating imbalance, doing work, shifting weight side to side, bracing. You never know. Sometimes what's going to be, reach straight up, what's going to be playing out on the body. One more forward fold and this, I'm tight on this side. Walking on up, sweep to the ceiling, and release on out. Yowza. All right. I'm going to take my fingers behind that leg. I'm tight. We are going to move to hands and knees. I'm going to pad my knees with a blanket. I'm going to move my block out toward the end of my mat in case I need it. I'm going to grab another sip of coffee. Ooh. And let's come to hands and knees. Resting the fists side by side on the mat or the blanket. We're going to place the knees to either sides of those hands. I want you to keep stacked hip to knee at 90 degrees, but move the heels of the hands from 90 degrees out in front of you, half to a full palm's length, so you can soften the elbows, take pressure off of those wrists, and press up out of the shoulders. Slight engagement of the core. Let's start with our Chakravarkasana bow. Nice big inhale here. Tucking the chin, releasing the elbows, and taking a bow. Wiggle fingers, roll the wrists, mix them. And again, tucking the chin, placing forearms to the mat, scoop the belly now, tuck the tailbone, start that sweep back. Wiggle fingers, roll the wrists. We're going to take 2 more of those. Let's come up and take our WTF lean. Push the hip out over to one side. Look over the opposite shoulder. And switch. Oh, I'm feeling that left side. Again, I don't know what I did inhaling. That I am so tight and sore on the left. Let's take 1 more of those in both directions. Coming through, let's take an angry cat tuck. Release back for child's pose. Let's wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Coming on up to tuck the toes, and we're going to take our runner stretch. So let's press into the feet. I have to step forward so I can center my body weight on the balls of the feet and behind my wrists, soften the elbows, soften the knees, and then push down deeply into one heel. And switch. We'll do that 1 more time. And again. All right, let's bring the knees down to the mat. So I'm stepping back to release for child's pose. Let's take a little sway side to side. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Coming through our hands and knees, let's take a WTF lean. Push the hip out. And switch directions. Coming through center, big angry cat tuck. Inhaling, we're going to tuck the toes and press up and take that runner stretch again. So let's lift. Woo! My brain almost had it. I had a little, I'll call it a fascinating moment. Push down into a heel. And switch. All right, let's come down to the knees. We're going to take ourselves to the elbows. So press those forearms down. Relax that tension off of the hands. Right leg's going to shoot up and away and back across the body. Let's lengthen it up. Give me more length. Reach up and take it back across. Reach up and take it back across. Let's lengthen it up, bring the knees in, and take a child's pose. Release back, take a little rock side to side. Wiggle those fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Coming through, hands and knees. Let's take our WTF lean. And switch sides. Big angry cat tuck. All right, we're going to tuck the toes and press up to the feet. Step in. Let's take our press into the heel. Runner stretch. Soften the elbows. Shrug those shoulders down away from the ears. Let's come to the knees. We're going to come to the forearms. Left leg. Let's lengthen it up. Take it back behind the body. Look over that opposite shoulder. Lift and lengthen. And take it back. Lift and lengthen. And take it back. And lift. Bring that knee down. Let's take a little child's pose. Release back into the hips. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Coming through hands and knees. Let's take our WTF lean. Push out over hip. And switch. Coming to center, angry cat tuck. All right, let's inhale, flatten the back, tuck the toes. We're coming up to press into our runner stretch. So step those feet forward. Push down into a heel. Soften the elbows. Back behind the wrists. All right, we're going to take the right leg up. Three-legged dog. Take that heel back across the body. Lengthen up. Take that heel back. I'm looking at my foot underneath my underarm. And down. Let's bring that foot in. Let's come to hands and knees. Drop to the forearms. And we're going to do that again. Right leg up. Take it back across the body. Right leg up. Take it back. Right leg up. All right, we're coming to hands. My right leg is extended. I'm going to press into the mat. I'm going to walk myself around to face that side. I know you're looking at my back. Yeah, good quality video production. I'm going to move my foot in a little. So I'm going to take that leg to a shallow angle. So it's not at 90 degrees, but it's not at 45. I want you to get square in the hips and keep a soft bend in this knee. So you can see I've got a little bend here. We're going to reach up and take that lateral extension toward the foot. So reach the left arm straight up. Take the right arm toward the ankle. Keep a soft bend in this knee. Coming on up. Cactus arm it. We did this while we were seated. Lift and reach. Come on up. Squeeze back. And reach. We're going to go one more round. And reach. Okay, let's come on up. We're going to turn. So I'm going to come hands down. I'm going to walk myself back around, bring those knees in, little sway side to side, rock back, release for the fold. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Okay, let's come through, hands and knees. Adjust for position of the hands. Let's take our what the fuck lean, push out. And switch. Coming through center, angry cat tuck. Still remaining soft in the elbows. Let's tuck toes and step up and move into the center of the feet. Let's take our runner stretch, push down into a calf. Soft in the elbows. Move those shoulders away from the ears. And switch. Left leg's coming up, three-legged dog. All right, tuck that toe back across the body. Try to see the foot under the arm. Lengthen up. And again. One more time. Bring it down. Let's take it to the knees. Lower to the forearms. All right, left leg again. Give it a lift. Take it back. Now I'm looking over my shoulder at the foot. All right, let's take that foot back behind us on the mat. Press up to the hands, walking myself around to the left. Adjust your foot so you have a good angle on the leg and you've got some squish in that knee, right? Don't hyperextend it down. Give me a little squish. Nice big reach up. Open it up and take that stretch. Right arm goes straight to the ceiling. And lift. Cactus arms. Come on up. Lengthen it out. And lift. Squeeze it back. And lift. Oh. Last cactus arm. Coming on down. I'm going to walk myself around. Replace the knee. Let's widen the knees, touch the toes. Take a little sway side to side. Woo. And release for the forward fold. Sorry. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Make some fists. Coming on up through hands and knees. Let's take our WTF lean. And let's switch sides. Coming to center, angry cat. Tucking toes and pressing up for our walking. Let's just take our runner stretch. Push into a heel, soften the elbows. Relax the elbows away from the ears. And switch. All right, right leg, big lift. Give me as much length and height on that leg as you can. Bend the knee so the heel is touching the glute. Soften the elbows. And now drop that toe so you can see it under your arm. Give it that stretch up. Bring the feet down. Let's come to the knees. Rest the forearms. Right leg, big lift. All right, we're going to take that toe as far back to the floor as we can. So just touch the ball of the foot to the floor. I'm up out of the shoulder. I'm just going to take my right arm, give my head some room. Let's come around, lift, lift, lift. Shh. Woo, something popped. All right, I'm going to come up to my hands, extend the right leg, turn that left leg around. I'm on a weird spot on my mat, I'm just saying. Soften that knee. Big lift up. Take that reach out and reach up, straight up toward the ceiling. Coming on up. We're going to come down. So I'm going to take hands first. And now I'm going to drop my hips toward my heel, rock the right foot up. Now there's nothing you can do about your knee in this position. Try to keep it as relaxed as possible, but it's definitely a little overextended. And then if you can, come down a little deeper toward the floor in a bow. We're going to slowly rock up, turn the body around, bring the knee in, take a little sway side to side, and let's come into child's pose. Relax down, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. All right, let's come forward. Hands and knees, lean into one side. And switch. Come into center. Angry cat tuck. All right, let's tuck the toes. We're going to press up. If you still need a little walking the dog, I'm silly way to call it. I don't know. I don't call it that generally. But if you need some more runner stretch, take another press of the heel and switch. Soften the elbows. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Now let's take the left leg up. Big stretch up. As tall as you can reach it. Bend the knee. Let the heel drop toward the glute. All right, now move that toe so that you can see it under your arm. Let's stretch up. Come on down. Go to the knees. Rest to the forearms. Left leg. Lift it. All right, we're going to take it back. Take it back. I'm going to press the ball of my foot into the mat. Just take the left arm. Big stretch here. Press up out of the shoulder. Okay, coming around. Walk up to the hands. And now I'm making that rotation so I can come up to my knee. Soft bend in that knee. Big reach up. Oh, take this big stretch. Reach that right arm straight up. Do not curve it over your head. All right, let's come on up. We're going to touch the mat again. Bring the hands forward. Whew, here we go. I'm going to drop my hip toward the right heel, flex the left foot. You are probably going to be a little overextended in that knee. Take a fold. Woo, woo, woo. So tight on this left side. I do yoga 7 to 8 hours a week. This is just information. And I'm so tight on this left side. Okay, let's rock forward a little. Woo! Come on up to the hands. Walk ourselves around. Widen the knees, touch the toes. Take a sway side to side. And release. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. All right, we're going to walk forward to the end of the mat so that we can come to seated. I'm going to move my blanket. I am using my strap today. I will cue without it. Not trying to, leave anybody out. I know I need a little extra leverage on this left side. If you don't have a strap, you could use a dish towel. You could use a scarf, not a stretchy scarf, but, like a cotton scarf that does, as long as it doesn't have elasticity. That was a really good word this morning. Wow. Yeah, I'm firing. Okay. So as long as it doesn't have elasticity, you can use that. You could use a t-shirt. If your husband used to wear ties, you can use a tie. All right, we're going to come on down. I did that for a long time. I would get ties at Goodwill for my yoga classes because a lot of places I've taught did not have straps for the longest time. And then I realized they were starting to disappear. And guess what? My youngest son was stealing the stylish ones that he found to be stylish. And he is a tie wearer. He was wearing his tie. So far be it from me to judge a stylish man. All right. But it means I did have to pick the ugliest ones I could find so that they would stay in my yoga bag. All right. Whew. Suddenly I'm okay laying here for the rest of the morning. No, we got to get going. All right, we're going to take the right foot over the left knee. We're going to use our core, no hands on this figure 4. We're going to engage the low belly. So let's inhale to prepare. And exhale, we're going to draw the left knee toward the body with the power of the leg and the core and give me a little lift of the tailbone. Inhale, unwind. And we're going to do that 3 more times. One more round of repetition. Okay, left hand to the back of the left knee, right hand to the right knee. Give me a stay. We're going to hold here for 5 or 6 full breaths. So I'm drawing my legs a little closer to the body with the hands. But my shoulders are flat, my head is released. I'm not threading the needle. If you thread the needle and loop over the top of this arm, you kind of lift off the mat. Your shoulders roll forward, and we lose that leverage of the length of the spine. So keep your arms open, the shoulders to the mat, left hand on the left leg, right hand on the right leg. And let's release that foot to the mat. We're going to take that right leg and shoot it out. Ooh, roll the ankle, wiggle the toes. Bring the right leg up. Now here's where we're going to use the strap. So we're working the entire right side, and then we're going to go to the left. So just warning, I might forget something. Slide the hands all the way down the strap if you're using the strap. Rest the triceps and the shoulder blades against the floor. If you're not using the strap, just hook your fingers behind the legs, low, so that you can keep your shoulders mostly in contact with the mat. Press that heel up. Give me the slightest bend in this knee. Don't hyperextend. Relax that knee so that you have that bend. Dorsal flex the toes toward your shin. Watch your foot. If your foot is rotated out or in, I want you to adjust the rotation of your leg so that you feel the edge of your foot is in parallel with the side of the mat. Yeah, that changed your world, didn't it? All right, release that out a little bit. We're going to take the right hand to the strap or to the outside of the knee. We're going to take this leg out, keeping it as extended as you can, pressing the heel away from the hip. And we're just letting that hang, either rest it on the hand, elbow on the mat, or just let it hang into the strap. All right, let's draw that leg up. We're going to switch. So if you don't have a strap, left hand goes over the top of the knee, and we're going to draw that leg over to the left. If you have a strap, just switch the hands on that strap and let that leg go all the way down, as far toward the mat as you can. Come on up. Ooh. Give me a little more hamstring. All right, let's move the left foot a little closer to the glutes. I want you to push into the left foot as you draw against that leg, either with your fingers looped behind the knee or with the strap, and give me a little more leverage as you press up into that left foot, lift the hips. We'll release that tension. Let's bring that knee in, give it a squeeze, roll the ankle, wiggle the toes. All right, put that foot on the mat. Left ankle is going over the top of the right knee. We're working our repetition here with no hands. So let's, it's so tight on this left side. What have I been doing? I don't know. All right. Inhale to prepare. We're going to exhale, draw the knee up with the power of the leg and the low belly, lift a little. Inhale, unwind. 3 more of those. Two more. One more. And we're going to come up for the stay. So bring those knees up. I'm going to tuck my right hand behind my right knee, left hand to the left knee, and draw those legs toward the body. We're holding here. 5 to 6 breaths. All right, let's release that leg down. We're going to take the left foot to the ceiling. Now I'm going to use my strap, but the same principles on the right without the strap apply to the left. You can interlace those fingers low on the hamstring. So slide those hands down the strap, press the triceps and the elbows into the mat. Push that heel up and away. Give me that soft bend. Do not hyperextend. This is not stretching the hamstring. We're going to work into fascia, so soften that knee a little bit. There are different ways to stretch fascia that are more, that are kinder to your joints and the connective tissue. Think about the edge of your foot. Again, if your toes turned out, rotate the entire leg, or if it's turned in, we want to line the side of the foot up to parallel the edge of the mat. And it is going to feel weird. Unclench the teeth. Give a little shake to the head. Relax the shoulders. Release some of that tension on the leg. We're taking this adductor stretch. I'm gonna reach up with the left hand, or you can hook the left hand around the left knee to rest your elbow on the mat and let the leg rest on that hand. I'm gonna draw out. Just let that leg extend. Keeping that soft bend. All right, we're gonna slowly lift that leg up. We're gonna switch that direction. So if you're not using a strap, just rest the fingers around the top of the knee. We're gonna draw across the body. If you have the strap, I'm just taking right hand up, a little shorter on that strap to take that leg all the way over. Oh, are you kidding me? All right, we're gonna slowly unwind that. Oh, okay, move that right heel a little closer to the glutes. This is where we're gonna take a little deeper leverage on this hamstring. Draw against the hamstring, now push into that left foot to lift the hip just a little more. Oh. Have I mentioned that my left side is just not, it is struggling today. And release. Woo-hoo-hoo. Give that knee a squeeze. Let's rock and roll that ankle. Bring that knee up. Oh, give those knees a squeeze. Take the hands to the insides of the knees. We're going to press out. Let's rock a little side to side. Roll through the glute and the low back. Roll the ankles, wiggle the toes. Wow, I will tell you right now that doing that stretch on the left side just lit up a hot flash for me. I'm sweating. All right, yeah, I am that old. Take the hands around the outside of the knees. We're going to take a little wide angle Apanasana. So we're going to keep those knees open outside of the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw the knees toward the shoulders. Little tuck up at the tailbone. Oh, big low back release. So we're going to inhale and we're going to drop toes to the mat. Ooh, there we go. Scoop the belly. Slide the hands up along those knees. Keep them angled. Draw up. Inhale and unwind. Let the toes touch the mat. Ooh. Scoop the low belly. Press the back into the mat. Lift those legs up. One more time, just like that. So let's press those feet all the way together. A little rock side to side. We're going to take this reclined cobbler. Baddha Konasana. Or maybe Supta Konasana. I'll have to think about that. All right, let's slide the hands down. Help those knees up. Move the big toes out to the end of the mat. And we're going to take some slides side to side. Windshield wiper sweeps. Rotate over. Oh my God. Have I mentioned the left side of my body? Have I complained about that just enough? And switch. All right, so here's where I would normally say, give your knees a squeeze and take a scan of the body. Checking in, where do you want to take an extra stretch? Maybe you have a favorite stretch that you like to do that we haven't done. Maybe you're feeling like you need a little more hamstring release, but I'm going to work you through what I'm going to do. So this is really what I'm thinking. I am very tight on the left side, so I'm just talking out loud. I'm going to take my right foot over my left knee in this windshield wiper sweep and add the weight of my leg to this internal rotation. Unclench the teeth, wiggle the head, and breathe. I think that's going to require a foam roller later today. Oh. All right, I'm going to unhook that leg. I'm going to sweep to the left. And just because I'm keeping balanced, I'm not as tight on this side. I'm going to go ahead and loop that leg. Add the weight. And unhook that leg. Draw to center. Ooh, move those feet in a little bit. We're going to take some pelvic tilts. And I'm just going to tuck up. Feeling that low back through the SI joint and release. I'm going to do 3 more of those. All right, I'm going to give myself one last knee hug. Oh, little rock side to side. And now I'm going to start moving into Shavasana. So you're going to take the position for relaxation that works best for you. You can take feet to the mat, knees to the ceiling, little tent in. You can extend legs, relax arms at your side, palms up. I'm going to come into seated meditation just because I am feeling awake. What am I feeling? I am feeling awake. I gotta work on my mush mouth. And then I'm going to come up and stay awake. That was my point to that convoluted statement. I will tell you, when you are listening to the audiobook that you narrated while we start working into our Shavasana, you realize all these years that I'm a mush mouth. Oh, okay. I'm going to enunciate. Work your way into that position that's going to serve you for relaxation, whether it's on your back, maybe on your side. I'm going to be on my seat. We're going to pull our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our forehead. And we are going to notice all those tiny little muscles and nerve endings across the top of the eyebrows. Relax them. Feel those places smooth out. We're going to unclench the teeth and soften the face. And continue that relaxation and awareness down through the strap muscles on the sides of the neck, across the tops of the shoulders, through biceps and triceps. Relax through the space of the elbow, little wiggle of the forearms, fingers, and wrists. And now let the upper body take its rest against the floor or toward the floor. We're going to feel our shoulder blades flatten, sink a little heavier toward the mat. Follow that line of the spine from the base of the neck down through the rib cage. Little rock side to side with the hips. Relax the glutes and feel balanced through the torso. Notice that energy through the quads and the hamstrings, the space behind the knee. Feel all of those parts relax. Maybe a little flexion or rock with the calf. Wiggle the toes, roll the ankles, and then let the legs take rest toward the floor. Pull that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. Let's hold those things that we need to get done off to the side. We want to hold our silence for a few more minutes. We're just going to follow our breath into and out of the lungs. We're going to pull some deeper breaths into the lungs, big filling inhales, big sighing exhales. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. We're going to wiggle the toes and roll the ankles. Reach those arms out away from the body into a big T and then sweep them up over the head. Let's take a big reach toward, let's say, away from the center of the body. Big yawning, getting out of bed stretch. We're going to let those arms sweep back down. Rest them by the hips. And now let's take a knee up into one hand and give it a squeeze. We're going to give the other knee up into the other hand and give it a squeeze. Let's take a little rocking side to side. Rolling from one hip across the other. Bringing some movement back into the body. Until you're ready to rock completely over to one side. Resting your head on your arm. So now we're going to slowly ease ourselves back up into comfortable seated position, however that looks for you. on this end of the practice. Let's take a little rock, side to side. Let's roll those shoulders back. I'm gonna hook my fingertips over the knees. I'm gonna pull my body away from the length of that arm, let my head drip. So I'm stretching from the base of my ear all the way down to the elbow. And then let's switch that lean. We're going to recenter the weight of the body, stacking the head, the shoulders, the ribs, and the hips. And take a scan, checking in state and quality of the physical form on this end of the practice. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. Let's check in. And we can start allowing some of those to-dos back into the queue with a little bit of elbow room. And finally, let's check in with the relaxed, intuitive inhale and exhale. Our breath is generally what carries us through the week, and we just really don't pay attention to it until we're struggling with it. When we're going to release practice, blinking our eyes open, I'm going to take this last lovely stretch up toward the ceiling. Feel free to join me if it will help fuel your jam for the day. Releasing that out and taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do and all of the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Thank you so much for joining me online at the Fucking Yoga Company. I know it's not ideal, but it keeps me safe, it keeps you safe, and we're keeping our groove going. If you have questions for me, you can email me at yoga@jclynn.com. You can check out the website, theyoffinyogablog.com. My schedule is there. There are purchase links there. You can hit the Fucking Yoga swag store and get yourself some sassy swearing. Yes, you can, but you can also get some sassy swag. If you want to subscribe to my email list, so do that through the website. If you are subscribing members or loyalty package members, guys, thank you so much. And keep an eye out for the email that's coming soon. We have a book cover reveal. If you want to get that, you got to sign up to my email. And be thinking, because we're going to have some pre-order giveaways. We've got a little swag package put together, all kinds of fun stuff. And on top of that, we're putting our house on the market on Friday. What? Pandemic, launching a new brand, trying to buy a house. Insanity. Okay. Happy Monday if you're here with me on Monday. Happy other day if you're here on a different day. And try not to crash your car into somebody if they cut you off or tailgate or, have something stupid on their vehicle. Hey, be well, be kind, be patient, mostly with yourself. I will hopefully you will join me again.